I wouldn't have recognized the place. Halabja is nowadays busy and expanding fast. But however bustling it may be, no one here forgets the gas attacks of March 1988. For 45 minutes, Saddam Hussein's planes bombarded Halabja with some of the most toxic agents known to science, nerve gases and old-fashioned mustard gas. When I arrived, there were still dead people everywhere. I went round counting. There were about 5,000.
The bodies which litter this town were those of people who ran out of their houses to try to escape the gas and then were killed out in the open.
Since that moment, Nasreen Abdul Qadar has been alone in the world. She was only a teenager then. She lost 17 relatives, including her mother, her 2 brothers, her sister. She keeps their pictures with her all the time.
Everyone wants to live, but what kind of life? For us in Halabja, every day is the day of the attack for us. We're wounded, there are scars on our bodies. The pain is still in our hearts, deep down.
No one has ever cleaned out the cellar where her family was gassed. Even 25 years later, the stench of mustard gas is still strong enough to kill small creatures. It makes our eyes weep and our heads ache. No doubt about it, things that come down here, like the cat, the rats and so on, seem to die as a result. Maybe a good idea not to spend too much time down here.
Right, what I'm doing is just putting it in here to try and...
A top British expert on chemical warfare is looking into the lingering danger from gas. He's found low levels of mustard gas in another cellar nearby.
We have a problem around here when they're building new buildings and they dig the foundations. They come across these pockets of mustard gas which in contact with the air then evaporate, and people have died recently doing that.
For now, the Halabja victims still lie buried in a few mass graves. But the British team says it could identify each of the bodies through its DNA, so they could be reburied in the individual graves which now await them, each clearly named. The Kurdistan government wants to demonstrate finally that this was genocide.
It was an attempt, in part or in whole, to eradicate a people, an ethnicity or a group, and that is the definition of genocide, and that is what happened, not just in Halabja but throughout Kurdistan.
When my father talked about my uncle, always start to cry.
To this day, it's part of everyone's life here, pupils and their teacher. It's not just history. Like Saddam Hussein, Syria has chemical weapons now, and it's not that far away. For people here, gas warfare seems a very real danger. John Simpson, BBC News, Halabja.